Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be going over the Supreme Arena defenses I'm running this week on my main account and also on the pay to win account. First of all, to do a recap, we have remained in the top 20 the whole of the previous week and our Supreme points are at 1,280. We're getting near the 4-star frame, but we're not going to probably be able to go beyond that this season because we have tough competition. Okay, now team number 1 is my all-time top performing team this season of Supreme Arena. And if you guys have been running a similar team, you'll probably also be able to relate that this one is doing really well. And really, my Bonnie isn't even Paragon upgraded. However, I've really invested into her exclusive equipment, as you can tell. I've even taken her to plus 25, but you can just stop at plus 20. That is enough. And but the team is doing really well. Bonnie applies her debuffs, Tassi spreads the debuffs, and then eventually has solo potential at the end. And then the other 3 heroes are just unkillable. With the Haven Charms this season, also her mythic quality bonus is going to be even better. It's a 5-second invincibility period. And Damien, his healing, and obviously he respawns himself, he is not killable, and Thorin with the multiple lives. The opponent is not going to be able to break through anything, giving you the maximum duration of your concealed effect on Bonnie and Tassi, allowing them to ramp up and deal their damage. And the perfect artifact for this team is the Surging spell, because this is going to give you more shielding and also deal more damage to the opponent throughout the match. This is a really top performing team, and I highly recommend running this. And this is the more free-to-play version. When we go to the pay-to-win account, you'll see, and you guys probably know, the pay-to-win version of the Tassi Bonnie comp. But this one is doing really well for me. Honestly, I wish I could come up with 3 defenses as good as this first one, and then I would be looking really good in Supreme Arena. Okay, let's move on to team number 2. So team number 2 is my weakest team of my 3 teams. However, I am trying to make it stronger. This week, I'm going back to like adding Lily May onto my Mauler comp. Basically, what usually happens is people will have like 3 Mauler heroes, highly Paragon Ascended. That's what I have here, like Shakir, Coco. I even have Brutus, but it could be any other final Mauler. And then you might as well try to pull off some sort of Mauler team. Now, Shakira is a good hero. The problem is, if he doesn't get off his ultimate, he's easy to kill. And now we have the charms from Coco onto Shakir. That is going to give him like much more tankiness that hopefully he will be able to cast his ultimate, because then my team has a decent advantage and a chance of actually defeating the opponent. And then we have another kill threat. We have Lily May on one faction talent tile, and we have Talene on the other one. Talene up front because she can take damage and then revive herself. And she's another damage threat, which I think does really well in this comp. And because this is more of like a stallish bruiser type comp, I'm going for the snowman spell this week. I think it will do better because I did some testing with it in the previous week, and it did get me a couple of wins. However, I was running Scarlita rather than Lily May, but I think Lily May would be better because Lily May is going to counter enemy Iron Nuke teams, which are really popular right now. And then hopefully my team will have a decent chance of doing something. Now, if you don't have Talene, that is fine. Like, if you didn't have Talene, what I would probably do is probably put Shakir up front and then run like Vala, like as another damage dealer threat. I think you should have multiple damage dealer threats if you're running a team like this, because if you just go for more tanking, which you can, like you can go for Fresto, for example, and I don't think it is necessarily a bad option, but the thing is, you just have a bunch of like beefy tanks, and the only real kill threat are Shakira and Lily May. And if the opponent is able to kill your Shakira or Lily May, it is basically over for your team. You don't have any potential to really do anything from that point on. But I'm personally going to be running like we have here. And I have Brutus up front because, I don't know, like, ideally, I like to have Brutus in the back to take enemy Graveborn faction talent tiles or Bonnie debuff. But here, we have Coco. We have to have Coco in the rearmost position if we want to give our charm onto Shakira. And I value the charm bonus, even if Coco is not able to get off her ultimate. And that is why I'm not going all in on the Coco ultimate. You might think, why not go for overcharge spell? The problem is, I know my Coco is dying. More than likely, Coco is just here for her charm bonus and factional synergy and the Paragon inspiration intimidation. Other than that, she's probably just gonna die. Like, it's really easy to kill Coco from this position, and that is my issue with Coco. She used to be so strong, mainly because of the Mauler faction talents in the previous season, but this season, and just without any protection, Coco is really problematic because she can't get her ultimate off quick enough. and that is a problem, and she is a completely ultimate dependent hero. Either way, I think this will be a decent team. If it doesn't get me any wins, I'll probably just move Lily May back to team 3 and then put Vala here rather than Lily May, for example, on that tile. That is also fine. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try it this week. So team number 3 is gonna be the Iron Nuke, and like you guys probably know, I've been running Iron Nuke team with Lily May on it, like Almas, Iron, Lily May, Arden, Odie, and say forget about Niru, because I'm just gonna basically pretend like the opponent isn't gonna bring Lily May. But then of course they usually do bring Lily May, and it gets countered to an extent. This team, honestly, I would be really a fan of it if opponents didn't have Dunlinger, but Dunlinger will completely shut down this comp. If they don't have Dunlinger though, Iron will guarantee get off his ultimate, and then Arden's gonna charge up his energy, and they're gonna begin cycling. We have the basically the buff tiles in the back, like not only the faction tiles, but also the range heart buff tile, which gives my team an edge. And the opponent, they have a really like kind of narrow map, and so Iron is gonna group up a lot of enemies together. Of course, another way to counter this team, though, is bringing, like, you know, like, for example, the Tossie Stroll comp. If you brought that in here, it would probably beat this Iron team. The Iron team is very susceptible to being countered. However, even if I was running Lily May here, they can still counter with the same stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But on offense, this is a really strong team, or running Lily May on this team, for example. So, like, don't just think about these as defenses, also think about them as offenses. When you're going in to attack other people, Iron Nuke with Almas is crazy powerful. And then just run Lily May here as a 5th hero, run into an enemy team that doesn't have a Lily May, that doesn't have a Dunlinger, and then for your other team, use your Bonnie Stroll. You're probably guaranteed 2 wins, and forget about your 3rd team, because this team hardly ever wins for me anyway. But for defense, I'm trying to make them well-rounded. So this is my 3rd defense, and I'm running this time this week, the Storm Strike artifact, because I did testing with it and it seemed like this had more nuking potential compared to Overcharge. And Storm Strike is a really powerful artifact. You want to be using it on one of your teams, and this is my most nuke heavy team of the 3, so I wanted to run it here. So, okay, now we're going to move on to the pay to win account and the pay to win teams. Okay guys, we're on the pay to win account, and as you can see, we're rank 1. The teams which I have fielded right now are going to be the top performing teams I used in the previous week, and I'm really a fan of all of them. Okay, so the team number 1 is going to be the Iron Nuke, and again, there will be a formation ID in the corner if you want to copy it down. So this is an Iron Almas combo, but rather than Odie, it is using Elsa. And Elsa is better than Odie. It is only about that on my main account, I have a Paragon 3 Odie and like a Supreme Plus Elsa. So that is why I wanted to make use of Odie. However, Elsa at equal investment is going to be better in this comp because she has more nuking power compared to Odie. So this is an insane comp. It has Lily May as well for like more bursting and also interrupting the enemy. Overall, this is a strong team. Also, you're going to notice that on offense, when people are attacking in, they're going to be pretty grouped up. Like, actually, this is almost an ideal map for Iron to control and lock down enemies. So I think that he's going to do really well here. And we have the Almas Charms onto Iron to power up his damage even further, because his damage is actually really high just on his own. So this is a great team. And Elsa is protected, Arden is protected. Yeah, overall powerful team. We're running the Surging spell because I'm running Storm Strike on a different team, and I tried Overcharge and I compared it to Surging, and Surging was doing better for me. So I was like, okay, let's go for Surging onto this team. Okay, moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be the Graveborn Nuke with Harak. Now that Athalia is going to be coming out, probably you can run Athalia rather than Harak on the tile in the back. But again, with Graveborn Nuke type strategy, that will probably also be good, maybe even better than Harak. However, this is a really good team as well. Lightforge is going to be giving bonus attack and unaffected to the Harak. Thorn is going to Soul Pact and protect the Harak further. Ludovic will be healing the Harak at the beginning of the match. Sylvina will be jumping on the enemy, trying to set up a kill, or even getting a kill, because if a kill is triggered while Harak is on the Graveborn faction talents, then it will count as him actually getting a kill or assist. He's going to get a kill stack, even if Sylvina manages to kill an enemy who we have applied our faction talent onto. And then we also have Siren behind the fence, because Siren is going to block the enemy artifact, is going to allow me a little bit more time to ramp up and get the Harak 1 or 2 kills. And also Siren has a lot of kill potential on his own, being able to cast his ultimate quick into the fight, control the enemies, deal good damage. So overall, this is a really good team, and he is unaffected, which means that they can't Iron Nuke and try to bring the Siren into the middle. He will be unaffected behind the fence, and there is an advantage to that. So overall, this is going to be a great team, and like I said, you can replace Heroic for Athalia, or basically any other snowballing nuclear. Lenya is another good option, even Seth can work. Okay, moving on to Team 3. Team 3 is going to be the pay-to-win version of the Tossie Bonnie Stall comp, and this time, I'm going to try it with Haywin on the faction talent tile, because this is going to protect Haywin for longer, because my testing in the previous week was that Haywin on the tile did better than Haywin off the tile, because Haywin off the tile, when the opponent comes at me with like their full Paragon 4 nuking comp, they kill my Haywin pretty early on the match, and then I lose out on the concealed duration. But if we have Damien Charms onto Tossie, and already Tossie has invincibility procs, I think it will be very difficult for the opponent to get a kill onto Tossie. So I'm going to test it out. As long as Tossie can survive in this position, this is going to be the optimal formation. But if for whatever reason the opponent is able to kill Tossie quickly from this lineup, then you will want to swap it around and just have, for example, a team formation like this. And this is actually what I recommended, and I think I recommended it last week, and this is a really good team as well. But I noticed that Haywin is susceptible to being killed. Maybe when I get her mythic charms, like it will have 1 extra second of being invincible from the quality bonus. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try her on the faction tile. I think both are good options. You can try either one. Either way, this is a really powerful team with the Storm Strike spell. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for all of the top teams I'm planning to run this week on the main account, the pay-to-win account. Hopefully, using these teams, you're able to put together 3 solid defenses, or even if not 3, 2 solid defenses is enough to hold your position. And you can also use these teams on offense. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And if you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for the support. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I look forward to chatting with you guys there. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.